All right.
You mentioned
I tried.
that everybody's had shitty bosses. And I remember last time you were on, you were talking, I think it was even Woody who was like, so now you got this notoriety, you got some online e-fame or whatever. Is everything looking up? And you were like, no, my life has been destroyed. Everything is crumbling. Like, where are you at since then? Are things looking up now? Like you.
That's a great question. I'm very happy personally. I really like the comedy that I'm doing. I like the podcast. I like the live streaming. I like the Twitch. I just did like a 12-city tour over the summer. I went to Chicago and Toronto and Montreal and Orlando and Houston and Austin. Like I went to all these cities to do comedy. It's a lot of fun. I'm still in a crazy amount of legal debt, unfortunately. But I'll get out of it eventually. That's what time is for.
Are you still embroiled in any of the Maddox shit?
Oh, no. Thankfully, it's just kind of, I don't want the rest of my life to be about a guy that did something terrible to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, on one hand, like, there's this way I could go where I could just, like, spend the rest of my life, like, recording albums about this guy and dunking on this guy. And it's like, he's real easy to dunk on. That guy sucks. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I kind of want to try to make comedy that makes people... Like, my dream is to, like, make comedy that you can listen to while you're at your mind-numbing job, and it'll maybe, like, transport you to, like, a nice place for an hour. Because that's what podcasts are for me. It's like, I'm on the subway, and it sucks, and I'm underground, and I don't have the internet, and every phone game now requires a constantly online internet thing. They don't have one single phone game. You can play Tetris, and Tetris needs you to be logged into the EA network at all times, so you don't cheat on these Tetris achievements, whatever the fuck. So it's like podcasts are kind of my escape. Or God forbid if you're like on a long road trip or so. Like, I've done so many, like, 24-hour road trips, and I measure them in episodes of one of my favorite shows. It's called The Best Show, which is 3 hours long. And I imagine for your listeners, it's the same way. Like, it's exhausting for me to do a 4-hour podcast, like as an adult human who just got done with his day job. But I imagine for a lot of your listeners are like, oh, shit, I got 4 hours of stuff to listen to. That's almost all my commutes this week.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're definitely right as far as that. But last time you were talking about like you lost a job. I think it was you were in PR, right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, and now seems like you're gainfully employed again.
Here's the thing. I am New York City's oldest temp. I'm a 37-year-old temp. My grandma recently asked me if I got a job, and I was like, yeah, I'm temping at an advertising agency. And she's like, no, I mean a real job with benefits and a retirement account. And I was like, calm down, Grandma. Jesus Christ, I'm doing my best over here.
You sound like every girl on
Grandma
Tinder.
Fucking roasting you.
Yes, that's the thing about my grandma is that she...
No, I meant a job that was respectable.
Yes, exactly. Like... The thing about my grandma is that she's so old that she's lost the part of her brain that tells you not to say the things you're thinking. So, like, one year at Christmas...
That happens in your 40s.
I can't wait till I hit that age.
Yes.
The first thing she says to me is she goes, like, you got fat and your hair looks bad. And I'm like, Merry Christmas, Grandma. And then I had to go upstairs and be sad for a little bit because I'm just like... I have all these memories of this wonderful woman saying wonderful things and taking care of me. And now someone with that woman's face is just out to hurt my feelings. Oh, goodness. I've been temping since then. And, putting the money towards legal debt, putting the money towards paying the rent and all that. Hopefully I will eventually find a full-time job in advertising.
At the risk of going grandma on you, are you sending out resumes? Are you looking for a job or?
Oh yeah, I mean,
all right.
one of the ways in advertising that you find a full-time job is through temping.
Okay.
Yeah, because like nobody wants to hire. It's like, why would we hire a stranger full-time and immediately give them benefits and have to pay their unemployment if they turn out to be a nut? If we can just have them like temp for us for 6 months and then maybe think about hiring them full-time. A lot of advertising agencies, and especially in tech, like you hear about this in Google all the time, the red badge, blue badge problem, where it's nonstop contractors, because it is a shitload easier to convince the bean counters to bring in a contractor than a full-time hire. So it's just kind of like, well, why wouldn't you have a contractor army? And when you think about a company like Google that has more money than God, that like could use $50 bills for toilet paper and still have $1 trillion, it's like, why do they have a huge contractor army? Because fuck you, that's why.
Because it's cheaper.
I don't know if it's even cheaper. Like at Cisco, the contractors actually earned a lot of money. And then, not that the contractors got rich, but the contracting company took a big chunk of it too. So there's an overhead there. And I think they just like the flexibility. They like that they could lay off people and not have news about it.
You said Cisco did that thing where every quarter or whatever, they would fire the bottom 20% or something.
Yeah, not every manager did that reliably, but yeah, that was like part of the corporate culture there.
That is fucking ruthless.
Yeah. I was like, I was kind of proud of myself sometimes just for not getting fired yet.
You're like, you come home to Jackie, you got young kids. She's like, how was your day? Oh, guess who did not get fired?
20 quarters in a row of being top 75%.
That's the winner.
I made a roast to celebrate you not getting fired in the quarterly